Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, the new season of The Real Housewives of New York debuts. Was the bite of this apple worth it? Plus, we now know when we'll have a permanent host for Jeopardy. Then, Paige, the kid baking champion, is back to show you how to spruce up those boxed cake recipes. And what are the greatest sitcoms of all time? Rolling Stone is out with a new list, and let's just say it is controversial. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Orno. Good morning, Mini Trista. Good morning, Shakopee. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite dairy farmer, Kendall Mark.
Did you see that story that we had here on Fox 9 about the dairy farmer?
No.
I won't get
Please
into
tell
it.
me. No, what's the no? You opened
He
the...
fell into a pit and he's fine. But you can imagine what kind of a pit underneath where the cows live.
Oh, yeah. See? That's the dangers.
It's a very interesting story, though.
That is the one thing, we do a lot of fish out of waters, and I think I'm setting myself up here, but we've done a lot of fish out of waters.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that has always been on the list every season and we have yet to do is Jason works at a dairy farm.
Are you kidding me? That's all you want to do? I can make the call, like, tomorrow.
Yeah. We've had people ask if you've been one of those people. We've had people volunteer, but that's one of the fish out of water that I've never done. And I've wanted to do. Because do you know what one of my favorite toys
Yes.
was when I was a kid? A Milky the cow.
Mm-hmm. He liked to milk the little udder things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were plastic. And again, it's a crappy toy.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because it's fun twice. Mm-hmm. But you put a milk pellet, a fake milk pellet in its butt, and then you put water in it, and then you take the tail and you churn it, and then it makes the fake milk, and then you milk the cow.
Well, all the cows need are a baby, and then they have milk too. So you know what? That's all we need.
But yeah, maybe this summer, maybe next season.
I definitely think we can arrange this very quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's better than, so Kendall knows you pretty well by now, and you, the audience, does. Right before the show ran today, Kendall goes, how do you feel about rock climbing?
Well,
how about no? How about a big no on that one?
You said I'm not coming from a place of no, but I'm also not coming from a place of yes.
I'm coming from a place of probably no, but I don't like heights. I don't like heights.
Well, you'd be strapped in. It could even be like the little mini climbs.
What do you mean, like for kids?
Yes, for children. Actually, they go up a lot higher than you probably would.
So that's fine. Get a little kiddie mountain or something. That's fine.
Okay. I'm telling you, my cousin Lydia, she's a rock climber.
Hi, Lydia.
I think this would be really, really fun.
Okay, but it's in an indoor. It's not. I don't want to climb a real rock.
Well,
that's what I'm telling you.
She does both. She can go upside down. She's like a spider monkey.
No, I'm not a spider monkey.
Oh.
I am an uncoordinated homosexual, and I shan't be doing that.
But he's well-rounded, everybody. Well-rounded homosexual.
Well-rounded, but uncoordinated. Uncoordinated. So no, I'm not on a mountain. I'm not a goat. I'm not a climber. I'm not Swiss Miss. I'm not
never
Maria.
would have guessed.
Yes, I'm not Julie Andrews. I'm not going to be on a mountain.
No.
But a fake one, perhaps.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on that.
And it'll be a great package for Ted to do. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. But Ted's already athletic. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll go with you. I'll do it with you.
No. The new the new season of The Real Housewives of New York aired last night. It featured the debut of the first black cast member, Ebony K. Williams, who joins the 4 returning women. All the housewives are single and ready to mingle.
He's 6'6".
You always go for the locals.
Yeah, he's South African. He used to play rugby for England.
Oh, wow.
So crazy.
Guys are like...
So we just see each other. We're friends, and sometimes
a little more.
Play kissy,
Nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes they have a little cardio.
Kissy.
I put in the universe, basically, that I want tall, blonde, and blue eyes. And poof, he appeared. On a dating app, no less. I mean, I manifest these things. So you got a new boyfriend, Leo's telling me?
Oh, yeah, honey. Boy, do you rebound.
That's
fast.
Luann talking about her new crush, her trainer, Garth. Not like Kendall. Fan yourself. I'm not talking about my trainer, Austin.
It's just me and all the people.
I know. Again, if you missed yesterday's show, I got a new trainer. His name is Austin. We'll eventually have him on the show. And I have never had women slide into my DMs before, other than just to tell me their mom watches my show. I had countless numbers of women slide into my DMs.
Yeah.
I felt as popular as Ted. I did. Everyone wanting to meet him. So we'll have him on the show.
It was like cats to the milk.
Yeah, anyway, after the show, Ebony was on with Andy Cohen, and she talked about her fellow housewives after the first season. Look at this.
Ebony, who in this group was the most welcoming to you?
Oh, Leah McSweeney.
Who was the least welcoming?
Andy, shady boots off the gate. I'll go with Ramona. No,
I
actually,
like
Sonia.
immediately.
Sonia.
Yeah, actually, no. Adjustment, Sonia.
Who did you end up disagreeing with the most, would you say?
Maybe Lou.
Who is the biggest drama
okay.
queen?
Oh, Leah.
Who is who would be the best wing woman?
Ramona Singer, actually.
From your perspective, who is closest to being your intellectual equal?
Andy. Ooh. Sonia Morgan.
All right, thank you very much.
What? Anyway, here's my review.
Yes.
You know I love the Housewives. New York and New York is always going to be my favorite, and then Beverly Hills. This was like watching a walrus roll around in the mud.
Stinky?
Boring.
Boring.
Walrus actually would be kind of entertaining. Yeah. This was dull. Sorry, Bravo. Sorry, Andy. Fix this. The first problem, it seems very small. There's like 4 people on it now.
Yeah.
And usually these, you get 6, 7 women, different backgrounds, different problems. It's 5 women. It's just 5. That's a small, and if you guys don't know, that's a pretty small cast for Housewives. And there's nothing, Ebony's fine. Ebony's great. They all are trying to prove themselves a little too much, you know what I mean? And Leah, here's the second biggest problem. I liked her last year, but Bravo obviously looked at some research that was like, everybody loves Leah. So they're trying to make her into the next Bethany and making this whole episode Leah-centric. And I have a feeling she's going to drive all of us crazy by the end of the out of the end of the year. And I think it's a mistake. They need to get a 6th wife. I don't know who it is, but it just felt like very small and boring. So much so that when I was trying to find a clip to talk about for the radio, couldn't find one that was interesting. Jeff and Ted found the only interesting one for this broadcast, and that's Luann talking about Garth.
Well, what I think is really interesting about this is that, and I know that's just the name now, but this all started as like these women that they originally picked in the OC. I think they really were all housewives. A lot of them didn't work. They were just really wealthy, and that was kind of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Just like Desperate Housewives. These women none of them are married,
None of them are.
but they all like work.
Yeah.
Or, well, some of them work. But you know what I mean? It's a totally different vibe now.
You're absolutely right. Next in the dish, we may learn who will be the next permanent host of This is Jeopardy soon. According to the show's executive producer, the new season will begin taping in late July or early August, and they will do so with the new official host. The decision will ultimately be made by the bigwigs at Sony. That's who owns the show. He did say, though, he envisions the host making that job his or her only job and not a side gig, which could be a major roadblock for a certain disgruntled quarterback.
At least he didn't get blindsided.
Ted did not write that, right? I'm pretty confident that Ted did. Ted did write this one? Isn't he making fun of his own boy?
Yeah,
He's making fun of Aaron Rodgers.
I wasted my sports joke on you.
What was your joke?
You said quarterback, and that was a warning, and so I said at least he didn't get blindsided.
Oh, I'm sorry, Earrings. I don't understand that.
I get that. It means they got hit from the side that they're not looking at.
Oh. Should I say what Ted just said to me in my ear? I think I should, don't you think, Jeff? He said, and I quote, he is disgruntled and what else, Ted? Ungrateful.
Disgruntled and
Disgruntled
ungrateful?
and ungrateful.
You are, Ted is, or Aaron Rodgers?
Ted said that about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
But I am also disgruntled and ungrateful.
Well, I just wasn't sure where we were going with that.
And that depends on the day. Today, I'm a basket of flowers. Today, I am grateful. I'm in a good mood. I was nice to Jeff today. Yeah. Kind of. Anyway, by the way, one more note. Anderson Cooper, the ratings are in. Lowest rated guest host. That surprises me. I would have thought it would have been Dr. Oz.
Really?
Yeah, I would have thought absolutely. Dr. Oz is even more polarizing than Anderson Cooper.
Do you think it's because he works for CNN and people see things?
They find him to be political.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same thing with my ex-wife, Katie Kirk. Hi, Katie. The same thing. But Katie did better than Anderson. Anyway.
Go, girl.
I know. I love you, Katie. We're going to have a lot more to come. Go get some more Senka. We'll be back right after this. The fun is just getting started. Coming up next, we've all made those boxed brownie kits, right? But how do you make them look and taste homemade and fake out your family? Paige, the kid bacon champion, has the secrets. Then the Bette Midler of the Twin Cities returns. Erin Schwab is here to talk about her latest project, a fabulous and unique production of Disney's Newsies. And from Friends to I Love Lucy, what are the best sitcoms of all time? Rolling Stone has their list, and we have our opinions. That and more when we come back.
And so as a public service, we asked some real doctors to offer their best advice to those who are on the fence about the vaccine. And pay attention, because this is important.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor, an actual medical doctor.
I've practiced medicine for 21 years.
I am a critical care nurse.
I've been a nurse for 16 years.
I spent 4 years in undergraduate school, then 4 years in medical school.
And then another 5 years as a resident in emergency medicine.
Look at all of my diplomas.
I worked a second job to put myself through nursing school.
Oh, but you read something on Facebook?
Your friend from high school who sells jewelry, she posted it?
The one who's 53 and still builds dollhouses?
You heard what? On whose podcast?
Is he a doctor? No. Scientist? No.
Can he name one of the ingredients in the vaccine?
Can he point to his gabella?
Then tell him to shut up. The Bella's right here, by the way.
Actual medical advice from actual doctors on Kimmel last night urging folks to get the vaccine. That is the thing. I say this all the time, and I have to warn certain relatives, don't get your news from Facebook. For the love of Oprah Winfrey. Don't. And always be wary when I hear a relative go, well, I heard, that right there, when I hear, so I've heard, run for the hills.
Listen, if you've ever had fast food, if you've ever had a pop, if you've ever had, I don't know, a drink in your life and you can't name all the ingredients, why do you got to name all the ingredients and everything you hear about now? I'm
You're
just
right,
saying.
Erin. You're right.
Come on.
More Jimmy Kimmel. Rosario Dawson was on with him, and she talked about how she kept, because, you know, she was on Mandalorian, she kept Baby Yoda's real name a secret. Look at this.
Who in your family or circle would really have wanted to know Baby Yoda or the child's name?
Corey was dying to, he loves spoiler alerts, so he's all over it. He wanted to have every detail. I gave him none.
You gave none?
My family was pretty, no. I think it was important to be able to share it with everybody. And I wanted to get everyone's first reaction because there was a lot of pressure. This was so exciting. And I knew with her having all of this backstory and information, it was going to be very watched, let alone because of Ahsoka, because she's such an amazing character.
As a United States Senator, Corey has top secret security clearance. So do you think it was wise to hold back the name of Grogu when you could find out if there are UFOs?
I didn't want to test it. I have to say, I mean, any and every opportunity, as you can see, that where he can lean into his Star Wars love, he does. Like he said, "May the Force be with you," more than I have.
Oh, yeah, right.
Rosario, if you guys don't know, dating Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey. Rosario looks like she's standing in front of the background that the DMV uses for your photos.
She might be. You never know.
Very plain wall. Just a plain, but she has good audio. And you know, I always love a guest with good audio.
That's what it all comes down to.
Erin Schwab, who's on the show a little bit later. good audio. She has good mics. Yeah.
Would you have gotten the name out of her, do you think?
No.
Secretively?
No, and if I had anybody in that position, even though as a Star Wars fan, I would never pressure them like that. I would have. I'm sorry, do you disagree, Earring?
Everybody disagrees. Yes, you would totally do that.
May I ask, because I can't see barely the teleprompter. Are those cherries, or what are those?
So now we're being insulting because I made fun of you?
No, I honestly can't see your earrings, Earring.
Okay, excuse me, sir. They are just the things that everybody wears. I don't know they're a thing. It's a thing.
I don't know.
It's not chuggy either.
I was going to compliment them, but no.
Okay.
Next to the dish, Channing Tatum works out a lot. He does, Kendall. He works out a lot. And he told Kelly Clarkson why he works out so much. Look at this.
As someone that has to work out as for a job, I promise you I would not look like this unless I had to be naked in most of my movies, mostly. And like, at some point I got to get better at acting so I don't have to be naked in all of them. But she is just incredible. I mean, I literally get to work out as a job, and it's still hard. And I can't imagine people that have a 9-to-5 job, have kids at home, and then where do they get the energy and the time to actually focus on themselves? And I just think it's really beautiful.
It's very real. It's good to hear him say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sincere. I mean, if I had to be naked for this show, girl, we wouldn't have a show, first of all. What? Next week. Naked Week is next week. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just notified.
Yeah.
I better call Austin. Yeah, we better. I'm eating celery and air next week. Yeah.
It is a good reminder when you look at these celebrities and he's just acknowledging it. Yeah, I can pay for help. I have a child, but I have help, and this is literally what I do for a living.
And if I didn't have to be naked, I would.
God, please just stay half naked.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he's so beautiful. I love him so much. I get this weird butterfly thing in my stomach every time I see his face.
I'm really uncomfortable.
My husband knows. It's fine.
Good. So does Colin. Next in the dish. Speaking of rock hard bodies, Mark Wahlberg's days of having the best six-pack in Hollywood are over, at least for now. Look at this, everybody. Marky Mark posted this photo on the gram and says he gained 20 pounds in 3 weeks. He must have been at Serums with me. He's shooting a film where he plays a boxer who's supposed to gain weight over the course of the movie. His goal is to gain 30 more pounds. Wow. But he can lose it so fast. He has such great muscle memory.
Does his head look really tiny?
Yeah.
Did that look really tiny to you?
Speaking of that, did you see that photo of President Biden and the Carters?
No, but you were telling me about this.
There is our president, and there is Rosalind Carter. We can't show you the photo because we'll be charged.
Yeah.
But it looks like Gulliver's Travels.
Really?
The first lady looks this big, and then there's Rosalind Carter. And the photographer came out today and said it's because of a wide-angle lens. Where did you have that lens? Nebraska?
Where can I get that lens?
I know. Look it up. You'll laugh. Look it up. Okay. Next up, Starbucks is responding to what could be the most high-maintenance coffee order of all time. Earlier this week, a barista posted a picture of this. Come back to the TV, everybody. Seriously, look at this. Of this ridiculous Frappuccino order with 13 different customizations, including extra whip, caramel drizzle, multiple flavor pumps, honey, 5 bananas blended in, and it goes that's not even halfway down the list. The barista labeled the picture today's episode of Why I Want to Quit My Job. In a statement yesterday, Starbucks said in a very PR way, customizing beverages is at the heart of the Starbucks experience. And if you can listen closely, you can hear the tears of baristas across the world.
It looked like a poem, like a little haiku.
Yeah. Look, know thyself, own my stuff. I try to.
I'm happy you're bringing this up.
Yeah, because I know that you would bust me and make fun of me. That's why I love, people are always like, you're kind of mean to her sometimes. She is mean right back.
But I smile more.
Exactly. See, that's why you get away with it. Yesterday, I got an angry email from a woman. She goes, you fire Kendall a lot. she may develop esteem problems because of that. I'm like, have you met her? Yeah, that's a woman. Then take that shot. That's a woman who's real sad, let me tell you.
I cry myself to sleep every night.
Whatever, don't do that. You're encouraging typewriters. Anyway, so own my stuff in case you're wondering, because it's been made fun of on this show. Here's my daily order. This is not a joke. This is not a bit. That's actually taken from yesterday. I get a venti salted caramel cream cold brew with extra foam blended on number 4. I'm sorry, Earring. Is there something funny?
There are several things funny. 1, that you know you like it on level 4. 2, that you came up with this drink. And 3, that you couldn't wait to drink it to take the photo. It was like almost gone when you were like, oh, right, I need this for the show.
A, I'm never getting you Starbucks again when you text me at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm just, mental note. Number 2, I drank it because that drink is 2 hours old at that point, and that's when the producer came in to take the photo. And number 3, the number 4, it's not a level 4. This isn't NASCAR. This is the blender. The blender and Starbucks has their own blenders. So number 4 is the speed. And a barista was the one that told me the foam, so it's not real liquidy. You get it blended and it's thicker, almost like a little whipped cream.
Did that same barista get fired later because so many people came in asking for a number 4?
It's funny you said that, Earring, because that barista regretted telling me that because I said it on this broadcast on the radio show, and the next day I went in there and she goes, I hate you. Because everyone came in asking for this one guy. She goes, her favorite was this guy. He walks in, he goes, yeah, that guy on the radio, give me his foam. And
give me his foam?
Give me his foam. The guy on the radio.
That guy on the radio.
Hey, I'll take it. Listen, watch, I don't care how you do it. But it's not, but I asked my barista this morning at the lovely Eden Prairie Starbucks, I asked her, I said, is my order too high maintenance? And she goes, yours is on the bottom of list of regulars.
Are you serious?
She goes, you will not believe the specifications that some people ask for.
Really? Their drinks are already so fancy. What you gotta do to them?
Yeah. And I think this guy, I think he did it just for TikTok.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want that drink. He did it, and now we're falling for it.
Right.
It's exploding on TikTok, and then shows like ours talk about it. So congratulations, sir. You accomplished what you wanted to accomplish.
Edward, Edward, Edward. I think that's what it said on top of the poem.
But seriously, go look at that photo of the president and the Carters. It is, Adam, have you seen it? Isn't it hysterical? Again, the president, Rosalind Carter. We'll be right back, everyone. Back in a moment. Beautiful shot from our buddy Adam. Welcome back to the show. The second someone leaves a reality TV show, they go on to live a long and healthy career as a influencer, including Hannah Ann from Peter's season of The Bachelor. Recently, she teamed up with Duncan Hines to make some epic s'mores brownies. But let's just say the final product, oh my goodness, the final product probably wasn't as good as the company had hoped. But since they paid her to make them, they posted the finished product anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay, now that's competing for my favorite photo of the day. These disastrous brownies really struck a chord with one fan of Bachelor Nation and a member of our family. She's a kid baking champion. Please welcome back to the show, baking wizard. It's Paige. Hi, Paige. Okay, Paige. Paige, you're a big Bachelor fan, right?
I am. I very much am.
Oh, so what's the problem? What's the problem with those brownies, Paige?
Okay, so I was scrolling through my Instagram feed. It was normal. I don't even remember when they posted it, but it was a normal day. And I'm scrolling through my Instagram feed, and all of a sudden I see Hannah Ann, and I'm like, oh, it's probably a Bachelor promotion. It's not. I looked at the Duncan Hines tag. I was like, what happened here? And so I looked at them, and when you look at them at first glance, they look really good. I love the use of the skillet for her food styling, real campfire vibes, real rustic feel. I love it. Then if you look any closer than just the initial scroll, that's when you can see some actual problems. So the fudge, I actually bought the box. I bought the mix because I wanted to try them myself, and I did. And I have to commend Duncan Hines. It's actually it's a good mix.
Well,
they actually tasted pretty good. But then, and it comes with everything you need: some crushed up graham crackers, brownie mix, marshmallows, and then this fudge drizzle. It's in this little packet, and this is where Hannah Ann, I believe, went the most wrong with her presentation. Because if you look at like the main one in one of the other photos, it's like on a quarter of the brownie, and it just looks really sloppy.
So her biggest brownie sin was the drizzle.
Was this drizzle.
Okay.
And the other thing, this is $6, Jason.
Yeah.
This one box is $6.
That's a big, I mean, that box looks, is that bigger, Paige, than a normal box?
Yeah. It's a bigger box than normal because it includes everything, but this isn't. This is like a packet, like a little bag of crushed up graham crackers and maybe 3/4 of a cup of marshmallows, and then just a brownie mix.
So what did you do? So you took it and you Frankensteined it up. How do you actually make it good? So what did you do?
So I made like a semi-homemade version of it for less than half the price. So I just got regular graham crackers from the store.
Okay.
And you pulverize those in a blender, or if you need to get some anger out, if you're really stressed during these times, you put them in a Ziploc bag and you whack them with a rolling pin. And then you mix them with sugar and about 6 tablespoons of melted butter. And then you pour it into a brownie pan and press it down with a glass cup, like the flat end of a glass cup.
Okay.
And so that's the crust. Now we just have some brownie box mix. I'm not going to lie, for being a baker who likes to make everything homemade, brownies are the one thing I will continue to make from a box.
Because there's not a lot of difference, Paige?
No.
Okay.
No, this is
good to know.
They're just infinitely better, in my opinion. And then you just want to pour all of that batter onto the crust. And it's a little thick, so it'll take a while. But once you get most of it out, you can start to spread it around.
Okay. This seems this seems pretty easy so far. I think we can do this.
Very easy. And then once you get all of the batter in there, you want to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then at the very end, you want to increase the temperature on your oven. And you want to about 400, or if you have a broiler setting on your oven, you can just put the broiler on low. And you want to take your marshmallows and just sprinkle those on top, and then put them back in the oven for 3 to 4 minutes until they get nice and golden brown and toasty. And after that, this is my pre-made version. I did give it to Hannah Ann, and I used a skillet because I happen to have one. And once these are baked and all the brownies and the marshmallows are nice and toasty, you get something like that.
Oh, that looks far superior to Hannah Ann's.
And in today's COVID times where if you don't want to share everything, you can just make them in a cupcake pan.
Oh, that way you don't have to you're not touching everyone's food.
You're not touching everyone's food. They're nice and bite-sized and portable.
What is, Paige, in general, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you were mentioning brownie mix and how it's the one thing that you would use in lieu of homemade. if someone has like a cake mix box, everyone does in their kitchen, is there a way, Paige? Is there an easy way or a couple things that people can do to zhuzh it up a little bit to make even a box cake a little bit better or seem more homemade?
So the one thing, if you want to make your recipe a little bit richer, for brownies, you usually use whole eggs, but for some cake mixes or other box mixes like that, they'll ask you to use only egg whites. And if you want to make your cake a little richer, a little more moist, use, so if they say use 3 egg whites, just use 2 whole eggs. Add that yolk in for a bit more richness and texture. And if it uses water, use buttermilk or just regular milk to really enhance that richness.
We have one more picture of the finished product. Go ahead, Ted, put it up, Leo. Look at that. Now that's drizzle, Paige. Now that's
drizzle.
That is drizzle. Look at, oh my God, I'm hungry. Paige, thank you. Good to see you. Can't wait to have you back in the studio.
Thank you. Bye, Jason.
Bye. For more, follow her on the gram to search for Paigey Bakes. I love that. Paigey Bakes. We're going to take a break. We're going to talk about sitcoms and why we're canceling our Rolling Stone subscription when we come back. Back in a moment. That was good.
Suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
WJM. Welcome back. Here it comes. We can't cut this off before that moment right there. It's been 44 years since the end of the iconic Mary Tyler Moore Show, set in Minneapolis, but the sitcom is still making its mark. Welcome back to the show, everybody. The Mary Tyler Moore Show is part of a new list from Rolling Stone, naming the 100 top sitcoms of all time. Mary ranked number 7. Okay, I'm not going to argue about that one. That's fine. If it was like 20 or something, I'm setting something on fire. Before we get to the top 5, here are a few other notable rankings. Bleep Creek comes in at number 100. Friends is a shocker, coming in at 38. Sex and the City is 36. Both are behind SpongeBob SquarePants at 34. The Cosby Show finished number 16. And Parks and Rec finished 9th. I just need all of us to take that in for just a second. SpongeBob SquarePants is ranked higher than all of those. And The Jeffersons, Veep. Anyway. Let's focus today, though, on the top 5. The legendary All in the Family finished 5th on the list. Absolutely. There is no... Look, you talk about shows that change television. If there's a bookmark in the book of the history of TV, this is a bookmark. It changed that Mary. Both came on to CBS in 1970 when there was a big shift. They went away from rural shows like Petticoat Junction and went to more sophisticated fare and more social issue-based shows like All in the Family. So believe me, it deserves to be number 5. Number 4? One of the first big sitcoms ever, I Love Lucy. It used to be back in the 90s that no matter the minute of the day, I Love Lucy was running somewhere in the world. I don't know if that's still the case anymore. But please, this is, when you think of situation comedies, I Love Lucy should come first to your mind because it basically created the medium. Desi Arnaz created the 3-camera system that sitcoms, when they're done in front of a studio audience, still use to this day. That was all created by the production team at I Love Lucy. A show we just talked about yesterday is number 3. Seinfeld was a hit on NBC, and still airs in syndication today. Every minute of the day, Jerry Seinfeld makes $250,000 from syndication. Look, I'm not a fan of Seinfeld. Everyone knows that if you watch this show. But I am not going to argue. Everyone, look, I can respect its place in its brilliance. I'm just not a fan. But yeah, it should be in the top 10. Number 2 on the list is this.
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always
This is a tough one. Number 2 is Cheers. It's called the best live-action sitcom ever, with perfect chemistry between the actors. Absolutely. Look, top 5, yeah. I don't know number 2, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at its place. You look at the overall arc of the show, you could argue that what could have been detrimental to that show, the loss of Coach and the loss of Shelley Long, and the fact that Glenn Charles, the boys that ran the show, the fact that they had the brilliance to recreate the show and bring in not another Diane, not another Shelley Long, but they brought in Kirstie Alley. Yeah, I guess. That leaves number 1, which may be a bit of a surprise. Look. No. The Simpsons, which still airs on our network. Sorry, bosses. The article says it's still funny in its 4th decade. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know, is it the best sitcom of all time? I don't think so. I don't think it should be number 1. The Golden Girls, by the way, was number 32, which is atrocious. Atrocious. 32?
Yeah.
Look at the writing on the Golden Girls. Look at the consistent brilliance and crackle of that writing. And you talk about chemistry. Find a sitcom that is as relevant today with every generation as the Golden Girls. Think about it. Sitcoms come and go, and young generations don't latch onto it. Yeah, anyway, I could go on, but we have to go. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us. Kendall, RollingStone.com. Cancel our subscription. Thank you. There's Juice Newton. Hi, Juice. I love you. Welcome back. Our next guest is usually on stage with Jay, but this weekend, she's off stage, directing high schoolers in a new production of Newsies. Please welcome back to the show. She's family, and she's also banned from visiting 4 southern states. Erin Schwab, everybody. Good morning, Erin.
Hello.
Erin, did you get that cleared up in Tennessee, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I was worried about
That
you.
is the place of my birth. I don't know if you know that.
Were you really born in Tennessee?
I was born in Clarksville, Tennessee, like the Monkey song says. I took the last train to Clarksville.
Well, slap my butt and call me Judy. I had no idea. Look at that.
Yes.
Okay. I like your scarf. You look beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Erin, are you at your house or are you at Liberace's museum? Where are you?
I am at Liberace's museum. No, you know what? I have a rehearsal today for a show that I have on Saturday, so I'm actually at a church in Golden Valley, Minnesota.
Well, we must behave ourselves then. You're at church, Erin. We can't be naughty.
It's a very progressive church. We're just fine.
Perfect. You're directing Newsies, but there's something very different about this, right, Erin?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a pandemic play. So we are outside on this big stage that they brought us. The school was awesome and provided this amazing giant stage. There they are.
Goodness.
There's my people.
Oh, my goodness,
So very
Erin.
minimal set, and we're all outside on the lawn of the high school, seating in the parking lot, and everybody's masked and distanced, and it's going to be so fun. They're so great, and they're so ready. They're ready for people to come.
I was going to say, look at Erin. This looks big, and you are big league. You should be. This looks fantastic. How are the kids? Is it a good group this year, Erin?
They are literally so amazing. And I'm not just saying that. I've worked with some of the kids there. This is my 3rd show there. So I've worked with some of them since they were sophomores, and they're graduating seniors now. And we had this great group of young gentlemen actors that you don't get to generally have. Some awesome really talented, great singer, dancer, actor, humans. They're just, the whole cast is great. And there's people, we had to take the show and take it from like what's normally played by like 40 people and make it played by like 22.
Yeah.
So there's 4 ensemble actors that each play like between 4 and 6 characters apiece.
Well, I was gonna ask you, sweetie, what the biggest challenge was, other than the obvious, the masking and all that. Was it what you just said, the fact that everyone's playing 50 characters?
No, the biggest challenge really was directing a show with high school kids during a pandemic and making sure that we were quarantined at one point because one of our kids was exposed and one of our kids got COVID. And so we had to, keeping everybody safe, keeping everybody the way we are. We documented everything. Rehearsals were the planning and the rehearsing of the show to keep everyone safe and to make sure things can keep going was really, really hard, but they took it so seriously and they were so great. But a 14-day freeze on rehearsals is really hard in these situations.
Yeah,
but we did it.
Well, they did it because they're talented and they got the best of the best. They couldn't do it without you. You're the Captain Ahab of this, and that's why you are who you are. Now it runs.
Thank you.
It runs Thursday through Sunday, but if people can't get there, Erin, can they stream it?
They can, and actually, so we have live performances in the parking lot Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 o'clock, Sunday at 2, and then starting Friday, there will be, it's our time lapse of them putting the stage up.
Look, Erin,
Friday.
Erin, can we afford this video? Look how fancy this is.
I know, I just ran past just right then. Starting on Friday, and then for the next 2 weekends after that, we're going to have streaming of the show. So you don't have to be there this weekend. We would love to have you. If you're in a place where you don't feel like you can be out in public with all the people yet, you don't feel comfortable with it, that's totally fine. You can watch it from your own home. If you have people in other states you want to have watch it, have them tune in. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll have it this weekend, but then also the following next 2 weekends, you can still stream it.
Erin, we have about 30 seconds. You and Jay still performing at Crooners, am I right?
Yes, we're going to be there on the 13th of May. And I think we're going to do a new and improved, updated, post-COVID 2021 Bette Midler review. So we're going to add a bunch of new songs and maybe some Barry Manilow for Jay.
Another Bette Midler review?
Yes.
I would say a word, but you're in church. I don't want anything to happen. But I'll just say I'm very excited. Well,
I like to say, zoinks!
For the 800th time in our friendship, I'll say it again, I'm immensely proud of you, and you're the best of the best, and those kids are lucky to have you. Thank you, sweetie. I miss you.
Thank you. Hey, the kid who plays Davey loves you and wants to be a reporter, and he wants to come. His name is Jonah Johnson. He told me, make sure you say hi to Jason. Listens to you on the radio, loves to watch the show, and he's like, I want an internship sometime. So you tell him my name so he remembers. So Jonah Johnson, there you go.
Jonah Johnson, that's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, open invitation. When we can have people here, open invitation.
Great. Thank you so much for letting me talk about it. They're so great. Please come and see these kids. They got to do something start to finish, and they're so excited.
There is no let with you. Your family and whatever you need, we're here. There is no let with the Erin Schwab. Thank you, sweetie. The production is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday at Apple Valley High School. Tickets are on sale at seatyourself.biz/AVHS. And we will be right, B-A-C-K, after this. I had to think about spelling that, and that's frightening. I had to think about how to spell back. Oh, geez Louise. I love my job. And I love you, Earring.
He's about to have an asthma attack of an excitement that's about to happen.
Ted and Jeff, they're so good. We got the Rosalind and Jimmy Carter photo with the president. We're going to have that coming up. But don't forget, if you miss our show, find us on YouTube. Search for The Jason Show on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Wouldn't you please, please, please? Thank you. And don't forget our replay here in the Twin Cities on our sister station, Fox 9 Plus. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with that photo right after this. Welcome back. So there's a photo floating around of President Biden, First Lady Jill Biden, and seeing former President Jimmy Carter and former First Lady Rosalind Carter. And look at this picture. People are noticing. People are noticing that it looks a Jolly Green Giant. And look at little Rosalind. It is. She looks
like the thing that does this on your lap.
Oh my goodness. And so the photographer, it's released, by the way, by the fantastic Carter Center, but it is the weirdest perspective. So they said it's because it's a wide angle lens. So whatever is in the foreground will appear larger, which is the truth. And that's why the current president looks like he's getting ready to take Niblet to make some corn.
So bad.
Ho, ho, ho. Rosalind Carter. Tomorrow on the show, our good friend Madeline Smithberg will join us for more laughs. Thank you for watching. Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong.